talk about expectations now. So I have a expectations are premeditated resentments. That's by Rhonda Burton there. And a certain kind of expectation is called a silent contract. And that's when you have made an agreement with someone that they're going to do something, but you never told them. And then when they don't do it or they don't show up, you get all upset and disappointed. I have a great example of a silent contract, and that is when I was first married. I had this silent contract or expectation of my husband that he would take the trash out to the street on the day that the garbage truck was coming to get it. And every time he would forget to take it to the street, I would get all upset and think, why doesn't he care about me? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he, take care of this trash, because I had this expectation of him that was something he was going to do. And attached to that expectation was, whether he loved me or cared about me or, wanted to take care of me. And I had this expectation because that was something that my dad did. My dad, always took the trash to the street. He filled my mom's car up with gas. He was just, that kind of a husband. And I had never had any kind of conversation about those type of things with Jay. I just expected, him to do it. And eventually, right after I got these tools about, 4 years into our marriage, we started implementing these tools into our marriage at that time. And I had, we decided to have a conversation, right? Because was it necessarily Jay's fault that I was having all these hurt feelings? No, because he didn't know that I had this want of him or this need of him. I didn't know that was something, he didn't know that was something I needed to feel loved or taken care of. And so once we had that conversation, right? Once we had that conversation and discussion, then he had an understanding and he asked for what he needed. So he said, okay, I have no problem doing this, but I might need, a reminder or two, right? So we brainstormed ideas of how he could remember to do this. He set an alarm on his phone, to do it the night before. And we would talk about it and go, okay, the trash is, day is coming up. And, and there wasn't this silent, fuming inside of me because I was waiting to see if he was going to do it and prove, that he cared about me or loved me. It was an open conversation that we were having now, and it was no longer a silent contract. And so we were able to then go forward, right? Go forward with that being out in the open now and something that he had agreed to and something that we were supporting each other with getting accomplished. And then I was able to feel like he did care about me. And the trash getting to the street, those things were no longer connected to that. So who has the first question about silent contracts?